Here we are at the beach again, Ucan. Your family's coming to visit today? That's perfect! Guess who else has a family member who's here to visit? Multiplication does! His cousin Division is here to play. Ucan wants you to understand division by thinking about what you know and what you don't. There are two types of division. One of them is sharing. With this kind of division, we know the number of groups. We also know the total number of items, but we do not know the number of items in a group. Hey, Ucan. Wow, you look busy. What are you looking for? Seashells. Oh, you're looking for seashells for your family. Wow, you found a lot of seashells. 21 seashells? Who are you going to give them to? Your uncle Uel? Your aunt You Got It? And your cousin You're Able? They're going to love them. Oh, but you have a problem. You know how many groups. There's 3. And you know the total number of items. There's 21 seashells. But you want to find out how many items are going to be in each group. That looks like a math problem. Remember when we did multiplication? 3 groups of something is 21. Or we can read that same thing as 3 times something equals 21. But multiplication and division are related. So we can also think about it as 21 divided by 3 equals something. Now let's look at the math problem we just saw in the video. Ucan went to the Atlantic Ocean with his family. He found 21 seashells. I'm going to go ahead and circle that. That's an important piece of information. Those 21 seashells tell me the total number, and that's a number sign. That's a way for us to write number, kind of small. Total number of items. That's how many seashells there are altogether. He wants to organize the shells into 3 boxes. That's important too. Go ahead and circle that one. I'm going to draw an arrow out this way. Those 3 boxes are the number of groups. To really practice a little handwriting on this one. So we know the total number of items. That's 21. And we know the number of groups. That's 3. Because remember, he has an aunt, an uncle, and a cousin he needs to share those seashells out with. What he doesn't know is how many shells should he put in each group. I'm going to go ahead and underline that. That's my question mark one. That's the thing I don't know. I don't know the number of items in a group. I don't know how many his aunt and uncle and cousin are going to get in each one of their boxes. That's what I need to figure out. So I know this kind of problem is a sharing problem, which makes sense because he's sharing those 21 seashells among his 3 relatives. I also know that because we know the number of groups, we know the total number of items, but we don't know the total number that's going to be. The other kind of division is called repeated subtraction. In this kind of division, we know the number of items in a group, and we know the total number of items. But we don't know the number of groups. Hey, Ucan. Goodness, you're busy. Oh, you're looking for seashells again. But this time for your brother and sisters. Oh, so you found 21 seashells again. And each of your brothers and sisters asked for 3 seashells. So you want to put 3 seashells in a box this time. Looks like you might have another math problem. So you know the number of items in each group. Each one of your siblings wants 3 seashells. And you know the total number of items. You've got 21 altogether. What you don't know is how many groups you can make with that 21. So you can think of it this way. Some groups of 3, we don't know how many groups, is 21. Or something times 3 equals 21. Remember, multiplication and division are related. So we can also think of it like this. 21 divided by 3 equals something. Found 21 seashells. There it is again. That's our total number of items. Total number of items. That's how many seashells he found altogether. And remember, his brothers and sisters each want 3 seashells. So we know the total or the number of items in a group. We know the number of items in a group too. What we don't know is how many groups he's going to get. So depending on how many siblings he has, I might have to ask him. We don't know if all his siblings are going to get 3 seashells. It may not happen. So the thing we don't know is how many boxes does he need to hold his seashells. He doesn't know the number of groups. So when we know the total number of items, 21 seashells, and when we know how many items, or 3 seashells, are going to be in each group, but we don't know the number of groups, guess what? That's called repeated subtraction. And that makes sense because I could take away 3 from my total number of 21 until I used all of my groups of 3. And then I would know the number of groups I'd have. It's time to leave the beach again. But good news is you'll probably get to go again with Ucan. Space below has a question mark or an exclamation mark. This is a place to write a question or to talk about something that was really exciting to you. Ucan's telling me that he thought it was really exciting that multiplication and division are related. Might be something you could write down there. Okay, we'll see you next time. Bye.